going in, maybe taking a few rounds of deeper breath. If it feels comfortable to do so, maybe allowing the eyes to close. Of course, as always, if that doesn't feel safe or comfortable, you can choose to keep them open, no problem. Maybe just a soft gaze out in front. Just taking these first few rounds of breath just to arrive, marking the transition from the busyness of the day to this moment, and seeing if you can create a little bubble of space to be right here before transitioning forward to what might happen after practice. Holding this little space and time just for you. And starting now to come into awareness of your physical body, noticing the support below you, any support you chose to have behind you, the temperature of the air on your skin, coming into awareness of all your edges, the boundary between where you end and the air begins. Starting to feel the spine stacking tall over the pelvis, shoulders releasing gently away from the ears, slight tuck of the chin towards the chest, reaching out through the crown of the head, waking up the whole back of the body. There's energy there, but no strain. And starting now to move through a kind inventory of the physical body. Just noticing what's present for you this evening. Maybe there are areas that already feel strong and open. Maybe areas that feel a little less so. Maybe even some areas where you are holding tension that you don't need. Perhaps between the eyebrows, the cheeks or the jaw, the neck and the shoulders, maybe the belly, even the hands and the feet. Taking time to send a few extra rounds of breath into any of those places you might have found. Now moving your attention towards your emotional body, your mood this evening. As always, moving gently through this part of the checking in. There's always so much that can come up when we start to look here. So just know that everything that's coming up is okay. It's valid. And trying your best just to be open to what comes without trying to label it as good or bad or should or shouldn't. Just checking in. Now taking a moment to check in with the mental body. What is the mind up to this evening? Noticing how quickly the thoughts are coming and going. How busy or not does the mind feel? Starting to become aware of the rhythm of the thoughts, tracking them as they enter acknowledging them, and then allowing them to slip on their way. Trying your best not to hook into any one thought for too long. And now turning your attention to your breath, noticing the rhythm, the depth, the cadence, the temperature, noticing the quality of the breath. Maybe it feels long and smooth, or maybe short and choppy, open or restricted, fast or slow, or any combination of all those things. I'm not trying to change it right now, but just noticing the pattern and the texture of the breath. Becoming aware of the path the breath wants to take within the body. Where does it fall into pretty easily? Where does it feel like it's a bit harder to send it? As we prepare to sit a little bit more deeply this evening, I'll offer the seed for our practice today. And it is of the concept in yogic philosophy of pratyahara. And that is taken to mean a withdrawal of the senses, but not so much in the way of backing away from life or backing away from the world, but more in the sense of creating a state of non reaction, where you're still registering input from the world, but there's a space between the world and the response to it. So, taken another way, practicing pratyahara allows us to choose our response instead of just having a knee jerk reaction to stimulus. On the mat, in our physical practice, that might look like trying your best to stop your mind from judging how you are doing or not doing in a particular pose, whether you're getting it, quote, right. And instead focusing on how that pose feels in your body. What is your breath doing while you hold the shape? Off the mat, it looks like creating that space, giving ourselves permission to pause before we react. It also can mean noticing when we're using stimulation to distract ourselves or to escape from something. So, to allow us to experience a little bit of that pratyahara now, I'll invite you to tune in to just the sounds in your space. At this moment, those sounds include my voice, but soon I'll allow my voice to fade away. And you'll start to tune into any other sounds in your unique. Maybe a car or birds. And as you allow your mind to focus solely on the sounds, notice if there are stories that arise. Your mind tries to take over and make an interpretation of the sound. And if that happens, that's okay. Just gently guide your senses back to focusing just on the quality of the sound itself. And then I will let my voice still now to let you try that for a few moments of quiet breath. Once again, noticing if the mind is starting to pepper the sound with interpretation. Seeing if you can just dive deeply into the sounds and just the sounds for a few more rounds here. And taking 3 last breaths. Gently preparing to come back, allowing other senses to come back online, coming back into awareness of your physical body, remembering the shape of your limbs, and then gently, as you feel ready, blinking the eyes open if they were closed, or just sharpening your gaze. And we'll gently start to move here, starting with some shoulder rolls up and back, keeping the breath smooth and steady. Just getting started here. No need to rush. And as that feels pretty comfortable and steady, and adding the elbows, making the circle a little bit wider. Feeling the shoulder blades start to engage now. Once that feels pretty comfortable, extending through the full arm, even out through the fingertips, making big, wide, sweeping circles. But the speed is completely up to you, following your own breath rhythm, making a couple more full circles. And then ending at the top with the arms spread in a big, wide V shape. Inhaling here, just receiving for a moment. Yeah. And then keeping the left arm where it is. This time on the inhale, bend your right elbow, bring your hand towards the nape of your neck or maybe between the shoulder blades. And then exhale to extend that back up to the sky. Inhale, left arm, elbow bending, left hand reaching between the shoulder blades or the nape of the neck. Exhaling back to the sky. One more time on the right, bend the elbow, touch between the blades. Exhale up to the sky. One more time left. Inhale to bend. Exhale, extend. And then this time on the inhale, open the arms out into a T shape here. Squeezing through those shoulder blades a little bit, but no strain. Back of the neck is long. This time on your inhale, you'll bend your right elbow again, but this time touching the back of the right hand towards the small of your back. You don't have to climb up. The small of the back is fine for right now. And then inhaling back into the T. Exhaling to bend the left elbow. Bring the back of the left palm to the small of the back. Inhale out into the T. One last time on the right. Exhale to tuck that hand behind you. No stress. Inhale, open. Exhale, left hand tucks behind you, just tapping. And then inhale, open. And now we'll combine. This time on the exhale, right hand coming to the small of the back, left elbow bending, left hand reaching between the shoulder blades. That's it. And then inhale, swim back out to your T shape. Exhale, left hand behind you, right arm up and over, touch between the shoulder blades. One more time each side. Inhaling to open into the T. Exhale to come into the little windmill shape here. Left arm up, right arm back. Inhaling, open, and last time, right elbow up, left hand behind you. Inhaling back into the T shape for just one full breath. And then gently bend the elbows, bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, and then we'll make our familiar wrist circles here. Just shaking off any keyboarding we might have done today. And when that direction feels pretty loose, then switch and go the other way. When you feel pretty good with that, we can shake the arms out and then gently make our way towards hands and knees on the mat. Removing anything you might have sat on to the side, but knowing if you do like blocks for your hamstring work, then perhaps having them within striking distance here. Great. And then we'll make our way towards hands and knees. And then as always, opening with that little free-flowing movement exploration here, coming in and out of spine waves or hip circles or full figure eights, maybe bending the elbows one at a time, playing with the feet, anything you like. Full rein to explore here, even extending a leg. Whatever would feel good to you to wake up the body and start preparing for more movement here. And this is a great time right away to start practicing that idea of pratyahara. And you think about just how your body wants to move and turn into just that, without allowing the mind to get too cluttered with a bunch of other things. It's not easy, so no judgment if it doesn't happen. Totally okay. We'll take one or two more full rounds of breath in your play here. And then starting to settle into a bit of stillness in the shape now. And just checking quickly in with your hand placement, making sure the hands are just slightly ahead of the shoulders. The knees are right underneath the hips. And then from here on the inhale, push the hands into the mat and extend that left leg long behind you. Long reach to the sole of the foot. Toes pointing down towards the earth. Little attention in the low belly. And notice if you've shifted all the weight over to the right. See if you can pull it back a little bit towards your left so you're more balanced. And then on the inhale, bending that left knee so that the sole of the left foot points up towards the sky. Yes. Then on the exhale, extend back long as that leg can make itself. And then inhale, rebend that left leg, point the foot up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, extend long behind you. One last time. Inhale to bend the knee, sole of the foot towards the sky. Exhale, long behind you. You can choose to stay right here or shift the weight even more towards your left hand so that you can extend your right arm out in front of you. If you're in this balancing, trying to create as much length as you can between the fingers of the right hand and the toes of the left foot. Yes, really nice, y'all. And then gently on the exhale, allow all the limbs to return to the earth. And then we'll take that on the second side. So once again, gripping the mat with the fingers, create some pressure through the hands. And then on the inhale, extending long through the right leg. Same little check-in here. See what happened to the weight when you extended that leg. If it's all the way over here to the left, if you can pull a little bit towards your right. Toes pointing straight down, little push of the hands into the mat, waking up the shoulder blades. And then on the inhale, bending that right knee, bending the sole of the foot towards the sky. Exhaling that leg long behind you, big reach. Yes. Inhaling to bend like you're balancing a plate on that foot. Exhale, extend long behind you. One last time, inhaling, bending the knee. Exhale, long leg, and then stay here, or shift the weight a little bit more into the right hand. Extend your left arm forward. Coming into the balance on the second side, yes. Breathing smooth and steady here. And then gently exhaling to allow all the limbs to find the earth. And then back to the left side on the inhale, extending that left leg long behind you. This time on the exhale, stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand, pretty wide on the mat, but with the toes facing forward. Walk the right hand a bit wider, coming to the edge of the mat or even escaping the mat if you like. And then inhaling to turn the chest towards the left, reaching that left arm up towards the sky. So you're in a twist, but it's fairly laid out. And then we'll take a few arm circles with that left arm, just circling up and back, your own rhythm, but just clearing out the last few cobwebs in the shoulder here. One more full round of breath. And when you're completed, we'll stop with those left fingers reaching up towards the sky, pulling the shoulder blades together for one more opening breath. And then on the exhale, gently looking down and planting your hands on the inside of that left foot. Here you could stay on your hands. You could come onto your tented fingertips, or you could come onto your blocks, your option. If you need a little more space below you, the blocks is a good option. Wherever you are, looking forward, and then inhaling to lift that right knee off the earth. We're coming into our runner's lunge shape here. And for this first round, we'll just hold here a few breaths, starting to become aware of that right calf, the right toes, and still feeling a really firm grip on the mat with the hands or the blocks and your left foot on the mat as well. Spine really long here. One more breath. And then exhale to drop the right knee back to the earth, and then get strong in the legs. So that on the inhale, you can float your arms up to the sky, coming into your low lunge. Having a moment to arrive here. Arms reaching, but no tension in the neck. One more smooth, steady breath, and then we'll flow between those positions a little bit quicker. So we'll inhale to reach, and then exhale to sweep the hands down to the mat or the blocks as they were before. Holding here for a moment, getting ready on the inhale, lifting that right knee off the earth, looking forward. Smooth breath, dropping that knee to the floor on the exhale, and then sweeping the arms up on the inhale. Yes, yeah. Synchronized swimming out there. One more time. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling, hands down to the mat or the blocks. Look forward. Inhale that right knee off the earth, holding for a beat. And then releasing the right knee to the mat. Swimming the arms up, back to your low lunge. One last time here. This time on the exhale, hands come down, but you stay right here. Push the hands into the mat so that you can sweep that left leg long behind you. Just one breath this time. And then exhaling the left knee to the earth. We're taking side two. Inhaling that right leg long behind you. Exhaling to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. The toes stay forward, but that foot can be pretty wide. Walking the left hand to the left edge of the mat or off the mat as you like. Turn the chest to the right. Inhale those right fingertips up towards the sky. Yes. Same as before, taking a few breaths to take that right arm up and around. Big yawning circles. Waking up through the shoulder joint, playing with any angles that feel good to you here. Taking your mind away from what it looks like, turning inward to how it feels. Maybe one more circle. Stopping with those right fingers towards the sky for a breath, coming out of the neck as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale to look towards the earth. Bring that right hand back to the mat. Again, your option. Flat palms, tented fingertips or blocks here. Once you've chosen a good hand position, then look forward and inhale that left knee off the earth. Hovering here this first round. Checking out any sensations that you're noticing here. Maybe the left calf is having a conversation with you. Maybe the right hip. Maybe the shoulders. Just leaning into what you're finding here. One more round of smooth breath. And gently release the left knee to the earth. Gather the strength in the legs. And then on the inhale, arms sweep up towards the sky, coming into your low lunge. Yes. Having a moment to arrive here, the first low lunge on this side. Taking care that there's a little attention in the belly, even as the arms reach up. And then we'll take that little flow here. So we'll inhale to reach. Exhale to sweep the hands down to the mat or the blocks. Look forward. Inhale that left knee off the earth. Yes. Then exhaling, replace the left knee down. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Low lunge. One more full round. Inhale to reach. Exhale to swim the hands down to the mat or the blocks. Look forward. Inhale to lift that left knee off the earth, holding for just a beat. And then exhaling the left knee down. Inhaling, swimming the arms up. And then inhaling here. And then this time, exhaling hands to the earth, but stay right here. Press the weight into the hands so that you can free your right leg long behind you. Steady reach for a breath. And then exhaling the right knee to the earth. Setting up, checking to see that the hands are once again a little ahead of the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. Grip the mat with the fingers, kickstand the toes. Inhale to prepare. And then exhale up into our hovering tabletop here. Knees taking just an inch or two off the earth. Lots of energy in the hands and the shoulder blades in the belly. Smooth, steady breath. One more full round here. And then on the exhale, bending into the knees and sending the hips high to the sky, coming into your downward facing dog. As always, this first down dog is for you. So taking these first few breaths to explore, bending into one knee at a time, taking your dog for a walk, wagging the hips, changing the position of the hands or the feet as you like. Again, really tuning in. What is your body asking for? Learning to listen to that. Yes. 1 or 2 more rounds to play here. And as you settle into some stillness in the shape, remembering it's fine to keep the knees bent, particularly if the hamstrings feel a little bit shorter. If that helps you tilt your sitting bones to the sky, that's just fine. Yes, beautiful. And then taking one last breath here. Preparing to come forward to plank. As always, if you would prefer not to come to full plank, you can return the knees to the earth And as we swim forward, you will end up in your half plank position, which looks like that, diagonal on your knees. Either way is okay. If you're in your full down dog, we'll come high up on the toes on the inhale, and then scoop it forward, little by little, taking your whole inhale, one vertebra at a time until you end up in your full high plank or your full half plank. Holding for a breath wherever you are. Nice, y'all. If you're in your half plank, scoop your hips forward a little bit more. Yes, that's it. Great. And then everyone on the exhale, sending the hips back up to the sky, coming into your downward facing dog. This time on the inhale, bending both knees and taking a walk to the top of the mat. Feet and knees can stay as bent as you need when you arrive. Once you feel ready, press into the feet so you can swim your arms out and up towards the sky. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Yeah, beautiful. From here on the inhale, taking a big step back to the back of the mat with your right foot, coming into your high lunge legs. The left foot is in the front, right foot is in the back. Taking as much space as you need between your feet to feel steady and comfortable. Once you feel like you have a good width, then you'll inhale your arms up to the sky, coming into your full high lunge. Taking a moment to arrive right here, just noticing what has changed now that we're up versus on the earth. And always remembering that as we move through, should you desire to put that right down, you certainly can do that. But from here on the exhale, we'll hinge forward over the left hip, bringing the arms towards the front of the mat. And then on the inhale, turning towards your left, starting to bring that right hand towards the floor or maybe a block, left fingers towards the sky. You can scoot that left foot even wider, giving yourself lots of space underneath you, should you like it. Yes. Smooth, steady breath here. Left knee bent. We're still in that high lunge shape, but we're just turning open. Yes, gorgeous. One more smooth breath here. And then gently looking towards the floor once again and placing either hand on the inside of that left foot flat on the mat, coming up onto your tented fingertips or coming up onto your blocks. Anything that you need to keep yourself enough space underneath you. Whatever you have chosen, on the inhale, look forward, bend into the left knee a little more. And then on the exhale, scoop the hips high to the sky, starting to look towards that back leg, left knee straightening any amount. It does not have to go all the way straight. And then inhale forward, as if you're swimming your spine out towards the edge of the mat. Exhale, squeezing the feet together. Left knee starting to straighten. You're looking towards your back leg. One more time on the inhale, rippling forward, looking out towards the edge of the mat. And then exhale, use the belly, scissor the legs together. This time we're going to stay right here. Noticing the sensations in the back of the left leg. Again, this knee can be as bent as you like. You can be up as high as you like. Look wherever you are. See if you can tuck that left hip back a little bit and the right hip forward a little bit. Making the pelvis nice and even. Smooth, steady breath. One more round. And gently inhaling your way forward, rebending that left leg. Maybe working the left foot in just a touch if it was really wide. Coming up onto your fingertips or blocks if you aren't already. Gather the strength in the legs so that on the inhale, you can sweep your arms all the way back up towards your high lunge. Yes. Yes, very nice. And then exhaling, hands to your heart. Hinging forward over that left hip so you can step your right hip to the top of the mat. Nice work, y'all. Really good. We'll take one arm circle to change sides, swimming the arms out and around on the inhale. Exhaling, hands back to your heart. Okay, here we go. Inhaling to take a big step back with your left foot this time. Coming into your high lunge legs on the opposite side. So the right knee is bent in the front, left leg strong and straight behind you. Again, taking time to take your feet wider as you like. And as you feel steady in the feet, inhaling both arms up to the sky, coming into your full high lunge. Yes, really nice, y'all. Smooth, steady breath here. Really tuning into the strength of the feet on the earth, strength of the belly. And then on the exhale, start to hinge forward, leaning those arms towards the front of the mat. And then on the inhale, tilting open towards your twist. Left hand is going to find the earth or a block. Right fingers are going to find the sky. Right foot walks as far to the right as you like. Yes. Holding steady here. Breathing smooth and deep. Leaning back almost as if you were trying to get a little back bend in the upper spine. One more smooth round of breath. And exhaling to look towards the floor. Bring those right fingers towards the inside of the right foot. Again, your options. Flat palms, tented fingers, or blocks, as you like. Once you feel ready, inhaling to look out at the edge of the mat. Right knee bends a little bit more. And then exhale, scoop into the belly, hips come high. You're looking towards that back leg. Right knee now is straightening any amount. And then inhale, roll it forward on your breath. Take that whole inhale to get there. And then exhale, straighten the legs, starting to look underneath. Last time forward. Inhaling, smooth spine, right knee bends, gaze is forward at the edge of the mat. And then exhale, scoop through the belly as if you're trying to squeeze your feet towards one another. And this time we'll hold the stretch here. So wherever you are, slowing down the breath. Remembering you can always adjust. Bend that right knee if you like, come up higher if you like. But see if we can tip that right hip back and the left hip forward a little bit here. Yes, Teresa, that's it. That's perfect. Yep. Hold steady here. Smooth breath. One more round. And then gently inhale your way forward, rebending into that left knee. And then start to come lighter on the hands, whether they're on the ground or the blocks. Come heavier into your legs so that you can stand in your legs. And on the inhale, sweep the arms up, coming back to your full high lunge. Yes. That's not an easy move, so very nice there. This time on the exhale, bringing the hands to your heart, hinging forward over that right leg so that you can gently bring your left foot to the top of the mat. Yes. From here, inhaling the arms out and around. Exhaling, hands to your heart. And then hinging forward over the feet here, bringing the hands towards the mat. We're going to do one plank ripple. So you can decide whether you'd like to do it from down dog or from hands and knees. Either way, plant the hands and then either come one knee down at a time or step one foot back at a time. You're either in your down dog or in your hands and knees position here. But we'll move together on the inhale. If you're in your down dog, coming high up on the toes, and then scooping into the belly. Either way, rippling out of the spine. Long spine as you arrive, shoulders over wrists in either position, either knees off the ground or knees on the ground in your half plank. Yes. Yeah. Smooth, steady breath here. One more round. See, that looks really good. And then gently exhale, hips back to the sky, coming into your downward facing dog. This time on the inhale, look forward, bend the knees, and then just take a walk back to the top of the mat. Stamp down into your feet so you can swim the arms out and around. And exhale, hands to your heart. For just a moment here, either soften your gaze or allow the eyes to close. Just feeling your feet on the earth, seeing if you can detect all the toes. And seeing if you can feel the weight evenly distributed between the ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe, and the center of the heel. Just turning all your focus right there. Letting the edges of the world blur a little bit, pulling your focus right to you. And seeing if we can hold that inner sensation as we gently blink the eyes open or sharpen the gaze and begin to balance. So here's where, if you would like a little bit of assist, you can move yourself towards a wall or a sturdy object if you like. But from here, we'll spread the toes of the right foot, center the weight over that leg. Inhale to lift your left foot up into this tabletop position here. Yes. If it doesn't quite make that, that's fine. It can go a little bit lower, that's okay too. But on your exhale, I'm going to start to make that hinging shape over the right hip. Extend the left leg long behind you, but it's going to stay low to the ground. So we're keeping one long line between the head and the foot. Yes, y'all, that's it. And then inhale to come all the way back up. Bring that left leg back towards your tabletop. Yeah. We're going to take that twice more. Inhale here. Exhale to hinge forward. Straighten out through that left leg. Bring it a little bit behind you. Strong through the foot. Yes. And then inhale, pull it back up, left leg to your table. Last time. Strong inhale. Exhale to hinge forward. Left foot kicks behind you. One long line from your head to your sole of your foot. Yes. And then inhale back to your tabletop. Just a breath. Yep. And then exhale, release that left foot to the earth. Shake out the feet, shake out the legs. You'll notice that the standing leg is the one that's doing most of the work, right? So here we go. We'll change sides. Let's do an arm circle to clear it. We'll sweep the arms out and up on the inhale. Exhaling, hands return to your heart. This time spreading the toes on the left foot, then starting to center your weight over that leg. Maybe picking one spot for your eyes to land on, now that you don't need to watch me anymore. And then as you're ready, inhaling that right leg up into the tabletop shape. And then as you exhale, hinge forward over the left hip now. Bring that right leg strong behind you. Yes, y'all, that's it. And then inhale, use the belly on that left leg as you bring the right leg up to your table. Yes. Inhale here. Exhale, tip it forward. Hinge over the left hip. Right leg straightens out behind you. Nice. Inhaling your way up, back to your table. Last round. Inhale to get centered here. And then exhale, hinge over the left hip. Right leg straightens out behind you. Push through the heel. And then inhale, up you go, back to your table. Just hovering here for a breath. And exhale, finds the earth with the right foot. Nice, y'all. Shaking the feet out again. We're going to move on from that a little bit. Same beginning, but a little change in the middle. Well, let's inhale the arms out and around towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hands to your heart. It tells your nervous system we're ready to reset. So we're back to the right foot, spreading the toes, shifting your weight over that foot, and then inhaling that left leg back into your table. Same beginning. We'll exhale to start to shift over, bring that left foot behind you. But this time, you'll start to bend through that right knee and slow and steady step those left toes to the back of the mat, landing in your high lunge legs. Yes. Then as you arrive, inhaling the arms up to the sky. So you're in your full high lunge. That was gorgeous, Susie. Really nice control there. Then on the exhale, shifting the weight forward, hinge over the right hip, sweep the arms back. We're in that hovering shape that you know so well. Yes. We're just communicating to the right glutes that we're going to need them in a minute. Then we're going to inhale back up to high lunge, just a breath. Yes. Exhale to fold the hands to your heart. Then use the strength in your belly. Press through that right foot so that on the inhale, you can bring that left foot all the way back up to your tabletop. Yes. Okay, that was one round. We have another one coming. We're going to inhale here. Exhale to start to shift back. Hinge over the right hip. Start to bend through the right knee. Take your time. Eventually landing in your high lunge. As you arrive, arms inhale their way up to the sky. Just taking a breath to settle here. Then on the exhale, torso comes forward, but arms sweep back. Strong reach with the fingers. And then inhale, torso and arms back up to the sky, back to high lunge. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Here we go. On the inhale, push into that right foot. Bring the left foot all the way up to your table. Hold for a breath when you get here. Make sure it sticks. Yes. And then exhale, release that left foot to the floor. Beautiful, y'all. Really nice work here. Okay, we have the second side to go. We'll clear it in the middle. Inhale to sweep the arms out and around, up to the sky. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Then spread the toes on the left foot. Shift the weight over to the left. So that on the inhale, you can make that tabletop shape with your right foot. Yes. Here we go. Exhaling to start to hinge over the left. Bring the right leg behind you. Gently bend that left knee. Take your time. Land in your high lunge legs. Once you've landed and you feel steady, inhale the arms up. Yep, that's it. Come to your full high lunge. Yes, really nice out there. Then on the exhale, swim the torso forward and take the arms back. Have a moment to feel into your glute here. Left leg working pretty hard. And then inhale back up to your high lunge, torso and arms reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. Here we go. On the inhale, push into that left foot, squeeze your glute, bring the right foot up into your table. Yes, y'all, you look so nice. I'm very excited. Okay, one more full round. Inhale here. Exhale to take it back. Super slow. Use your control here. Right leg reaches. Left knee starts to bend. Right toes eventually find the back of the mat. You're in your high lunge legs. Yes. As you feel steady, inhale the arms up. Full high lunge. Exhale to hinge forward at your hip. Torso comes forward. Arms sweep back. Arrow shape for a breath. Then inhale, up we go. Torso and arms reach, high lunge. Exhale, hands to your heart. Then use the power of that front leg. Inhale your way up. Right foot comes back into that tabletop. Hover here for a moment. Make sure you arrived. Yes. Then gently allow that right foot to find the earth. Shake out both legs a little bit as much as you like. And then we'll take one more arm sweep out and around, reach towards the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. And this time, hinge forward at your hips. Bring your hands towards the mat, but then open your feet and bend your knees generously so that you can either rock from side to side. You can have the fingers on the mat. You can hook your elbows together like a rag doll, but just allowing the head to be free, releasing into the low back, giving the hamstrings a little break for a second here. And as you feel pretty ready, Gently guiding the hands back to the mat. Knees can stay pretty bent. And then we'll all come down one knee and then the other knee. And then a couple options to rest here. Either kicking the toes together, knees wide, sinking the hips back for a full child's pose, or that same foot position, but taking your block in front of you, come down onto the forearms, rest your forehead on the block. So you're in sort of a lifted child's pose here, if you don't want to come all the way down for any reason. Or you can choose any other resting position that you like. Yeah, there you go. It's something that allows the breath to calm down, the mind to calm down, especially when we're in these kind of curled forward bent positions. It becomes a little bit easier to withdraw from all of the sensory overload out in the world and just come in to our center, connecting to that sense of pratyahara, where we are aware of the world around us. We're not just jumping right into a reaction, cultivating that little bit of space. One or two more rounds here in your rest. And gently drawing yourself all the way back up to your hands and knees. And then just taking the feet to one side and the hips to the other so that you can come to sit down. And then bringing the legs out in front, we'll come into that diamond shape. Baddha Konasana legs here. So the knees are out wide and the feet are together in front. As always, feel free to sit up on something. If it feels like you're really rounded down here in this shape, sitting up on something will allow you to get purchase on your sitting bones. If you feel good here and you want to stay right here, you'll grip your ankles with your hands and allow that pressure. You're going to pull yourself forward a little bit so the spine stays really tall, and you might just stay right here. If you're in the mood to come forward and you want to do a little bit further move, you'll hinge forward at your hips. Spine will stay long. Maybe the hands find the feet, maybe the mat in front, wherever is comfortable for you. If you're folding, you're going to go as far as you can with the spine really long. Once you're out of room, then you can allow the head to relax down towards the earth. There'll be a little curve in the spine, but it will be distributed. So we want to keep length here, even as we start to allow that gentle rounding at the top of the spine to happen. Wherever you are, strong, smooth breath. Slow and steady, further tuning in to what your body is sensing and feeling. Use your inhale to gently inflate, rise back up, and then just draw the legs into a comfortable cross-legged position. Whatever one on top is fine, you choose. Once you have the legs, then we'll inhale both arms up towards the sky. I'll turn this way so you can see a little bit better. And then on the exhale, you'll drop your right hand towards the mat, left fingers reaching overhead. Coming into a side body stretch here. Left hip heavy on the mat. Thinking of sending the breath into the left rib cage, expanding out through that side. And gently inhale your way back up through center, both arms reach. And then exhale to tip to the left. Left hand now finds the mat, right arm reaching overhead. Now finding length through the whole right side of the body, right hip heavy on the mat. If it helps, you can even push a little bit with your left hand, especially if you feel like your right hip is escaping the earth. Holding smooth and steady breath here. One more round. And then inhale, both arms up to the sky in that big wide V that we started with. Us receiving once more time. And gently inhaling, hands to your heart. We are making our way down towards the mat. So choosing whether you'd like to take your Shavasana on your side. If you would, you know what to do. Just making sure you have a pillow or block between your legs. If you're coming down, you'll extend the legs in front of you. Inhale the arms parallel to the earth as well. And then using the power of the belly, scooping in, gently sucking the belly in. Oh, Teresa, that's a nice, that's a nice way. Scooping down one vertebra at a time until you land all the way on the earth. Once you've arrived, you'll sweep both arms up behind you, point the toes, big yawning stretch through the sides of the body here. And gently exhale the hands to the earth. And then finding some comfortable position for your legs. They can stay outstretched this way, maybe just allowing the hips to open, feet to come to the sides. You could also choose to do this with the knees bent if that feels better on the low spine. If you're doing that, just walk your feet a little bit wider so that you can tap your knees together so you're not holding them up. Either leg position, once you have that settled, then you'll find someplace comfortable for your hands. Maybe a little V at the side of the body, palms up, maybe palms on the body, maybe a big open T or a cactus. So something that would feel comfortable for the heads of the arm bones. Right. And wherever you are now, releasing any conscious control over the breath or the body. Noticing that Shavasana is its own study in Pratyahara. That first release of the physical body into the mat. And then later, that release of the mental body as well, as you just enjoy a moment of rest. And I will allow the sound of my voice to fade away. And I'll call you back in just a few moments. If you are especially happy and cozy where you are and you'd like to stay, please stay. If you are ready to come back, we'll start by gently wiggling at your edges, fingers and toes. No rush. Gradually making those movements larger, closer to your center. And eventually making your way onto one side, pausing there for a moment. And then in your own timing, making your way back up to your comfortable seat. Maybe still with the eyes closed or just with a soft gaze, but allowing that attention and intention to remain internal for a moment more. Choosing some place comfortable for your hands to land, maybe in your lap, maybe folded at the chest, maybe one hand on your heart, the other on top, or something else totally different. You choose. But taking these last few breaths to realize that the work we do on the mat, practicing pratyahara, letting go of our judgments of ourselves and how we're doing, tuning in instead to the sensations that we feel, can really help us off the mat as we struggle to not judge ourselves or others in our quick reactions. As always, I thank you so much for joining together to share your practice with each other and with me. And I wish you a lovely evening. Namaste. Okay.